We had to go to Thick and Hearty or whatever it's called.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Wait, it's not called Thick and
No,
Hearty.
yes.
That's A1 sauce.
Now it is. Now it is. Now
That's
it is.
A1 sauce.
The clothes you wear are thick and hearty.
Oh my gosh.
What is it called?
This is Big Dink Energy, the pickleball podcast that's half insight, half nonsense, and all entertainment. If you love pickleball, don't take yourself too seriously and think a little trash talk makes the game better, welcome home. This is the place where life and pickleball intersect. We celebrate the chaos, call out the nonsense, and put the fun back in dysfunction. You're either in or you're out. And if you're still listening, you're in. So let's go. Big Dink Energy starts now. Open up your ear holes. It is the official podcast of pickleball.
Number 23.
2-3. Oh. This episode brought to you by the Pretty Pickleball Company, where elegance meets competition. And every woman, I said, whoa, man, gets to embrace her inner pickleball princess. These paddles are more than just pretty. Yes, they are. They're built to perform, crafted from premium Toray T700 carbon fiber. That's the stuff right there. And a honeycomb polypropylene core and a 14 millimeter thickness. Don't be shy about that.
I
for
like
the
thickness.
perfect balance of power and control. Each one features fairy tale inspired designs and comes in luxury storybook packaging. That's probably the best part about it for me. So your gear feels just about as good as your game. Ready to stand out on the court? Go to right now. Do it. theprettypickleballcompany.com. Don't forget to use code BIGDINKENERGY15 for 15% off your first order. Play pretty, rule the court. Yeah. So in our kitchen talk today, for the uninitiated, I'll just let you know, the kitchen talk is where we're just hanging out. Grab your drinks, sit around with us, and this is something, I don't know why I always start this way, but this is something that came up in my week and I felt like I had to address because it really impacted me. I felt a certain way about it. But for me, I've shared it before, I grew up kind of poor-ish. We could see middle class. We were adjacent to middle class, but we weren't even middle class. So if you grew up poor, and I think we all kind of have that vibe, that's why we're playing pickleball, so we can just shove
So we're not playing golf and tennis.
Yeah, that's so we just
Valid.
shove those feelings way down with our pickleball. What's something weird you maybe do now to make up for it? So, you didn't grow up with all the fancy, the frills and all that. What is something maybe you do now to make up for that?
Well, I was a little bit like Ricky Schroeder. I had the train.
Silver spoon.
No, just kidding.
Silver spoon in it.
I used to watch that show and be like, "Oh my god!" And now
I did.
and now I
video
think, "Oh my
games in
god, it's the clutter."
Video games in his house, the train.
I just am like the clutter.
Yeah.
But back then, you thought,
Yeah.
"Oh, Richie Rich." I would say mine would be like I do it with my kids more than I guess myself too. But like I just let them get stuff at the gas station.
Mhm.
Like
Yes.
we never got to do that. Like
Mhm.
Yes.
maybe once a month, like if my mom was getting gas, she'd be like, "Do you want a Snapple or a Clearly Canadian or something
Snapple.
like that?"
A snap of the drink that snaps back.
And it was like, "Oh my god, we can get something." And then now I feel like every freaking day I'm like, "It's fine."
Did you ever get that Chico stick?
Oh, I like Chico sticks. Yeah, I do. But yeah,
Da, 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 da.
and the Laffy Taffy.
There you go.
I love it.
But no, we would only get drinks. Like we weren't allowed to even get a snack.
Yeah.
But now it's like grab whatever you want,
Well,
and it's
I
like
mean-
$47 at the gas
So
station.
Exactly.
Yeah, but our kids are so far ahead of where I was. Like they have a savings account. They have a
Yeah.
Cash App card. They can make their decisions. They have Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
Our son has Amazon Prime at 15.
yeah.
He chooses to pay for that. And he
Yeah,
can,
I get
and
that.
he buys stuff.
But for me, that's something that I overcompcompensate for. Like, because
yeah,
we weren't allowed
that's
to.
the question. That's a question.
And so,
How do you overcompensate for your mac and cheese days?
right.
Yeah. I mean, we still have mac and cheese.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be mine, I'm like, go ahead and get whatever you want. Unless it's Buc-ee's, because I ain't trying to walk out there $150.
Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah. What about you, Paddle Princess?
This one is hard for me because I grew up pretty spoiled.
Yeah.
What?
Show breaks. What was the word
She
that was
said
just
spoiled.
Yes.
Oh, spoiled. Thank you for translating.
Yes, you're welcome.
Spoilt.
Yes, I grew up pretty spoiled. Anything that, we weren't by far, we were not rich, but we pretty much got anything that we wanted. I mean, I remember one time begging my parents for a trampoline and my dad said no. And I asked my grandma and I had one in the backyard that day. Like,
Yeah.
all I
Yeah.
had to do was ask grandma and I got what I wanted.
Not in my house.
But one thing that, like, I find myself doing that I didn't do. Like as a kid, I would use my shampoo and like it would be empty and I would put water in it and mix it so that I could use more. And now I'm like, if I don't like that shampoo, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to throw it away. I'm not going to hoard it.
Yeah.
You don't have
It's like
to use it.
shampoos, perfumes. I don't keep all of the perfumes that were gifted to me that I don't like.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a
like,
good one.
If I don't like them, I'm getting rid of it. My husband has been a big proponent of this because he hates the abundance of things that we have because I do tend to hoard. I think that that's a trait that I got from my mother.
But if you don't like sweet pea lotion,
no,
like,
why
get
do
rid
I
of it.
have?
I mean, you could give it to
15 of
somebody
them.
else or whatever.
And I do. I try to give a lot of my like lotions and things like that I've never used to friends, family, things along those lines.
Goodwill.
But like for instance, I just purchased this shampoo and conditioner set, and it wasn't an expensive one. It was just Walmart. But I don't like it. Like it left my hair greasy and nasty. And I'm sitting there going, well, I paid for it. I got to use it. And David, my husband, he's like, throw it away because I'm tired of hearing you complain about it and go get new shampoo. Like, it was $4. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, I guess I just like always, I have a ton that just kind of rose to the top. I mean, that's why I brought this up. Like in our house, I put the air conditioning to 68 at night, especially at night. When I come home and I take off my people say bulletproof vest. It's not really bulletproof, bullet resistant vest. When I take off my vest and all my gear and all that stuff, I do not want to remain hot, especially here in the United States of Texas. It is hot, so I want to be I want to be cool when I take my stuff off. Another one is name brand cereal. Yeah,
we do buy name brand cereal.
We buy name brand cereal, and I don't. It's not that I wouldn't eat the Malto meal or whatever the non-name brand is. Equate. But I just, I never had the boxes, and like if I did, it was
bird circles for Fruit Loops.
Yeah. It was very, circly fruit. It was very rare to get the box, and the only place we did get the good name brand was my grandmother's house, and Grandma had the good stuff. The Cookie Crisp and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, Cookie Crisp. I don't think we got a lot of brand name cereal growing up either. Well, I mean, I make it sound like we were like poor. I say it like that, but
we were on the side of the tracks.
It wasn't bad. It's just that's just how our parents' generation grew up. Like,
yes.
So that's just what they did.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't like we couldn't, we had to rub two sticks together. But just looking back, we were just frugal.
Yes. That's how I grew up as well. My mom would be like, okay, well, this costs this much. This costs this much. It's the same thing. We're getting the cheaper one. I mean, why buy something just for the brand? And I remember the first time that I wanted to go to like Abercrombie and get like really name brand clothes because that was the only store that sold my size jeans. And my mom about had a heart attack when she found out how much they cost.
Wasn't Gap Kids?
No, it was Abercrombie Kids. And it was a 12 slim. And I was like 17, but I had to get the 12 slim because I was like a stick, but I was so short that I couldn't wear like a 00 because they would be way too long.
Like back when I wore my 00s.
Yes.
Never.
Yes,
I was just, I still am short, but I was tiny as a kid.
We still wore the heck out of those Rockies though.
Oh God, we had to go to Thick and Hardy or whatever it's called.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Wait, it's not called Thick and Hardy.
Yes.
That's A1
now
sauce.
It is. Now it is. Now
That's
it is.
A1 sauce.
The clothes you wear are Thick and Hardy.
Oh my gosh.
I got a high calorie wife over here.
What is it called?
Husky.
Hefty. That's the
Hefty.
trash bag.
Oh, we went to Hefty too. Can I get them Hefty jeans?
Oh my gosh.
You know
she
what
got
I
the
meant.
Hefty jeans.
Damn it. Stop.
Yeah.
You know what I meant. Not Thick and Hardy.
Hefty.
Just like
Hardy.
Just like Apple Bottom. Yeah, Thick and Hardy. Same thing.
Whatever.
Jeans sponsored by A1. Yeah.
A1.
That's
Oh my
awesome.
gosh.
Well.
That's awesome.
Poor and fat. Thanks.
Yeah.
Stop.
One of the other things I notice I do, and I didn't notice this till I started thinking about it, but like when we get something to put together in this house, whatever it is, I keep all the extra nuts and bolts. I'm hoarding them. They're all on the toolbox. They're organized. They're out in the toolbox, but I don't throw away like extra nuts and bolts. Like I'm in the dad zone, I guess now, where I'm like that we'll have a project one time where this specific bolt and combo here with the screw and the washer and all this is going to fix a problem. So that's another one. And I hoard clothes. You know this.
I do.
And I don't know where that
I do that
stems
too, though.
from, but
I'm
we
like,
did not have a lot of clothes.
we can let go of the Mossimo and Tommy Hilfiger from
All right,
1999, please.
Well, I'm not giving up the cross colors. I'll tell you that right now. They're coming back.
They're going to come back.
I still have clothes from high school, and I graduated from high school well over 20 years ago.
Even if they fit, no.
If it fits the chips.
I wore them last night.
No.
You know why I'm keeping the cross colors? I might go on a Carnival cruise at some point.
That's true.
I'm going to fit in.
You'll fit in. You did used to wear cross colors, though.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
That wasn't a joke.
I wore Jacquard Noir, too.
That wasn't a joke, folks.
And Tommy Hilfiger. Heck yeah. So tell us what yours are. If you grew up poor or poorish or adjacent to poor or near poor, or you saw
hefty.
poor, or even you saw people and you wore A1 thick and hardy jeans. BDEpodcast.com or on the social Big Dink Energy Podcast.
Just the tip.
Yes, just a tip. Quick pickleball wisdom in and out before you even know what hits you. Just a tip brought to you by My Paddle. Custom silicone bands that make your paddleball unmistakably yours. No more mix-ups at open play and paddle stacking. Buy 4, get 50% off. Buy 6, free U.S. shipping. No code needed. Grab yours at mypaddle.com. That's mypaddl.com. And make sure you go give them a follow over on the Instas at mypaddle_, at mypaddl_. My Paddle. Make your paddle as bold as your game.
All right. For just the tip this week, we're going to go over the safe zones. So there's 2 safe zones, either back at the baseline for returning serves or up at the kitchen to volley and win the point. That middle area, that is what we call no man's land.
The weird area.
Yes.
Nobody knows
so
what to do
that's
with.
no man's land. You're too far back to dink. You're too close up to hit any drives. So you're just standing there looking all nervous. So either get in and get out. Hovering in the middle is how you lose points and pretty much your dignity.
That's where dignity goes to die.
Yes.
Love it.
Just the tip.
It's time for Pickle Pals.
Welcome back to part 2 with Brian Bradley. If you thought part 1 was good, this one goes even deeper. Quick reminder, Brian is still offering that free 15-minute consult. DM him on Instagram at @TheBrianBradley and say Big Dink Energy sent me. Let's jump in.
Do you have an infrared sauna?
I have IR that I use on different parts of my body. I don't have the sauna yet.
You guys will. 51% drop in all heart-related mortality after 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my number one recommendation to people in the biohacking world. I would just say, look, we all like heat. I mean, I know you guys in Texas right now, you hate the heat, but you like the heat as long as the house is air conditioned. You'd get in the infrared sauna. So I have it in my garage. That's fine. I did the cold plunge this morning. It was only like 38 degrees, so I did 3 minutes. Fine. I get out of that. You can feel like you run through a brick wall, but the boosted testosterone from the cold and then the cellular effects from the heat shock proteins at night in the infrared, I'm bookending the day with start finish, along with hydrogen water and Danger or Bulletproof coffee.
Yep.
And then I ended up picking up one of those Blackstone grills, the flat ones, you know, the griddle.
Yeah, we got them.
Game changer, dude.
It is, dude. Yeah. You get better food that way. You're putting better fuel in. If you want to have a Ferrari, you're not just going to get 88 octane. You know what I mean? And so many people want to have a Ferrari as far as their body, but the fuel they're putting into and the maintenance they do is so minor and ridiculous. They're never going to have what they're trying to achieve with that.
And with younger kids, like my son had a game yesterday. He's home from college and he's playing in a pretty high-level men's league, and they're in the semifinals, and they're going to the finals on Wednesday. And they won pretty handily over a team, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, what are you going to do? He goes, well, I'm just going to take a couple bottles of water, drink them on the way down there. And I said, you're just going to drink water? I said, here's some electrolyte. He goes, well, you know, I had some salt on my steak this morning. I go, no, we're pouring that on there. That's what I need you to drink because it'll sustain you for the game. Like, why wouldn't you? If you just said, no, I already have gas in my car. Well, here's a little bit more. Like, why would you turn down more when you know you're going on the track so I don't have to stop again? So, you know, sometimes you have to break the belief system that people can really affect themselves. So for the listeners out there, take me up on the idea of at least getting some of the exercises from us, because I have a link that I can send you, you know, that will put up there where they can say, at least I want to do these exercises. Or, you know, I have this pain-free book over my left shoulder in here. The yellow version is the one that's in Amazon right now. It's a $15 book.
Mm-hmm.
Get the Amazon book called Pain-Free, because you can start doing a self-help thing where eventually you're going to be investing in me.
Yeah.
And I want that, but only if you're truly ready to invest in yourself.
Yeah, and that's sometimes the problem that people have is they want the performance, and then they think, and now of course they think, oh, AI will give me what I'm looking for. There's no substitute for a human that's been studying something for years and years and years to take a look at you specifically to fix you specifically. You're not a piece of furniture from IKEA. You're an individual that has different makeup, different values, different background, and different goals. So, I encourage everybody that's listening, however you're listening to this, to seek out Brian and his offer here and go after what you want. You can have better outcomes. You can have less inflammation, and you can just enjoy life even more. You'll actually like getting out of bed, when you take that step to invest in yourself, to sort of in a way biohack what you currently have.
Yeah, it would be nice if people could wake up and say, okay, what do I have for the day versus going, okay, I need my coffee versus I want my coffee because I use a mold-free coffee. I can get people that recipe too because it's a game changer. And
you mentioned bulletproof already, and
that stuff is good for you. A lot of times, in RFK and what they're changing mentally now is they're starting to realize the sugar fix we've been on for the last 50 years, being told that Cheerios with oat milk's good for you when it's completely inflammatory for the system.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, people, the modern medical, you would think it would be getting better, but we all know, there's no benefit for them curing you. They need a patient for life. And if we would just have conversations around sugar, and your doctor would have a conversation with you about sugar, especially people suffering, cancer diagnosis alone. I mean, we'd start having better people out there.
100%.
Healthier.
Imagine they're already finding that the ADHD, by pulling high fructose corn syrup and coloring and fluoride out of stuff, has already been affected. Now, can you imagine if we find out? I'm going to venture out and say when we find out that we created the ADHD at the level that it is, because I have a version of ADHD, which I hold on to. And I just tell people, like, it's a superpower. I can walk into a room where I'm doing therapy with people. There could be 4 other people getting worked on, and I can hear it. And when I hear something that doesn't make sense, I go, excuse me, 1 second. If you put the leg off the table, you might get a little bit more internal rotation. Oh, yeah, that's because the heel was there. And they're like, oh, I missed that. I said, no, don't go to self-judgment. Don't go to judging it. Just learn from it. Do it again. Because we all go to, I made a mistake, versus saying, I know what I don't know, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why in the biohacking world, I've made enough of a name for myself where I know just enough to be dangerous. The experts who do the Carol bike know that an 8-minute ride is equivalent to a 47-minute run. 8 minutes.
Yeah.
That gets me 47 minus 8, 39 minutes of my life back. Oh my gosh. What?
Mm-hmm.
So when I adopted this 5 years ago, okay, great. That means I can spend 10 more minutes on the power plate. I can do 2 12-minute sessions on the biocharger. That's what all these things are. Like, that's a Tesla coil. There's the Carol bike. I mean, these things are no joke. And I do them because the 3 guys I'm going to play with this afternoon at 5:30, they're going to get a good dose of what it's like to be healthy.
So for our listener, for the average rec player, like my wife and I think she was with her sister when she did that. What's the pregame warm up you would recommend for the majority of people? I everybody's body is different, obviously, but what you would consider, okay, here's a great Brian stamped approval warm up.
Stop stretching. It's a waste of your time. Number one, you can stretch tight tissue all you want and then wonder why the next day it's just as tight. Instead, remember, a muscle has 2 attachments. For example, the hamstring you're attaching to the pelvis and then below the knee. So if you look at the 2 bones you're attaching to, maybe those bones and the position or the tilt they're in have an effect on how much tension's in that muscle. And you're trying to stretch the muscle. Your chiro or your osteopath are the closest people to correcting you. But now let's make their job easier by doing a little bit of work. So I wouldn't just think about inactively stretching before you play and then thinking the Dink is going to warm you up. I would do something to change your alignment of your shoulder blades and wake up your big hip flexor called your psoas. I call that the circuit breaker for the body.
Yeah. Oh man, the psoas is so freaking important. If people aren't paying attention to that, they're missing the mark.
My dog's behind me, and he basically just hotboxed my office. Frenchie's. So that means my diaphragm is working because I can smell his butt. There's the psoas and diaphragm working together.
There it is. Yep.
And when you get one to work with the other, Your cardio will automatically increase because now you're going to be your diaphragm to breathe, and your shoulder is the unlocking mechanism for. And because we play a one-sided sport, meaning everything's done with the right arm, left arm's there to help, but it's mainly done with the right arm, just like a golfer, just like a tennis, just like a fighter. There's a favorite side. You're building a rotational scoliosis into your body, which shuts down breathing. When you choose to bring that back to normal, it'll pay you back in spades. Be ready for the next day.
That is awesome.
So there's a lot of stuff on my Instagram, and people can DM me there too, because I want to have these conversations. I want them to be a little skeptical going, Brian, I'm a physical therapist. And, when a person has this, it can't be that quick. And I'm like, can you imagine what your therapy would be like if you had a little bit more faith in what the human body can do?
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's I get so frustrated at the industry that just sells people pills and quick fixes and doesn't teach people how, like we said earlier, putting good fuel in and improving your chassis will give you results like nothing else.
That's exactly right. It's cheating.
Yeah. And I heard you mention you're a vegan too, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit.
Yes. In fact, my last post, you'll see my sweatshirt that says, I eat meat, but I identify as a vegan. And what I do is I just store the vegetables in the cow, and then I eat the cow. So that's why I hooked up with that company, Forward Farms, because they're a net zero emissions cattle farm. Net zero. So between that and my electric bike, dude, I'm an environmentalist.
I believe it. Absolutely. I mean, you're saving the planet one steak at a time. I love that. We have a doctor that raises no hormone beef for us. I can almost eat a steak a night. Okay, so give me the 2-minute argument why someone should care about structural health. We've been saying it all along here, but let's put a bow on it for people.
Only brush the teeth you want to keep. Brush and floss the teeth you want to keep makes sense to everybody. Your joints are no different. Your blood supply, your lymph supply, the way you breathe is no different. And you don't have to hack with the 7,000 things to do when on my Instagram it says purposefully, I'm the dude you want in your corner as you age.
Yes.
Because I'm going to tell you and sniff out the BS for you. So those of you who are out there, hit me up.
What's the handle?
THE Brian Bradley. And now listen, let me BRIAN BRADLEY. The Brian Bradley. Now let me just be clear. I'm not that narcissistic. Okay, I'm narcissistic, but I'm not that narcissistic. Brian Bradley, who played for the Tampa Bay Lightning, just got put into the Hall of Fame, and he wouldn't sell it to me. So I just put the in front of it. The Brian Bradley.
What a jerk he is.
I do answer my own DMs. Just tell me where you guys came from, what podcast, how much we will BS about how much we all love pickleball. But I'm in love with you falling in love with yourself, like aligning your car. You wouldn't even want to drive a car that was wearing down your front left tire every 6 months because you're sick and tired of paying for a new tire. Fix the alignment and it'll last 3 years.
That's right. So all of you, go find the Brian Bradley over on the Instagram. He has already said he's going to talk to everybody that reaches out to him from the BDE podcast. He's going to give you 15 minutes, and that will be 15 minutes that will change your life. I'll tell you that's true. Absolutely. So go find him on everything. Send him all the love. Send people in your life that need to hear from Brian Bradley as well. You know you've got loved ones out there that aren't living the best life they can. They're not driving the Ferrari they want to drive, and they're not having the outcomes they want to have. Please send them over to this man right here. He is going to help like you would not believe. Brian, I'm so thankful we met virtually. I can't wait to meet in person. I know we'll do that, and we'll stay connected, brother. I'm so appreciative of you being on the podcast.
I'm stoked. I appreciate you, and thank you so much for your service. I can't put enough out there to my military friends and the Thin Blue Line, the Red Line, everybody. I have so many Navy SEALs, and my business partner is a Marine, retired from Vietnam. So, I've been around this for so long. So there's a special place in my heart for you guys. Love what you guys do. Guy, I appreciate it. And I'll catch up to you later.
Dink or Destroy brought to you by our new sponsor, Uplift Coffee Company. If your coffee isn't fueling your hustle, it's just hot bean water. Uplift Coffee was made for people who train hard, play hard, and refuse to drink trash coffee. That sound familiar, pickleball players? Go visit them at the Minnesota Masters at Mega Pickleball, July 19th to the 20th, and use code BIGDINKENERGY10 at upliftcoffee.co for 10% off your order. So on Dink or Destroy, this is something we choose to dink, send it over the net. It's thumbs up for us, or it's a thumbs down. We destroy it. And this week, in this episode, I wanted to talk about self-checkouts. that.
Okay.
Yeah, self-checkout or cashier. And I think we're seeing an uprising here lately where people are demanding that cashiers come back. And I wanted to hear your all's take on it, what you think about it. Do you use a self-checkout? Do you not use a self-checkout?
I have my groceries delivered, so I don't use any checkout. However, at the other stores, I enjoy self-checkout, especially because I'm only picking up a couple things. But like at Five and Below, whatever, they changed everything over to self-checkout.
Oh, really?
But now you're not allowed to self-checkout. So the lady stands there, walks to the self-checkout with you, and takes your stuff and self-checkouts you. They're not, so they went back and they don't allow people to self-checkout anymore, but all they have is self-checkout areas.
What are you, valeting my
I don't know, because I was like,
strange.
oh, I got it. And she was like, no, we have to do it. And I was like, well, then,
Yeah, because people are scamming the
Yeah.
system like they did
Right.
at
People are
Walmart
stealing.
and
Right.
everywhere else with self-checkout.
Right.
So, yeah, all these stores that thought they were getting over saving money on getting rid of actual people figured out they started losing people. And that's why you have the people hovering around you in the Walmart self-checkout because I don't know if you all know, but Walmart is able, every one of those people is able to see what goes through and get scanned.
well, Target has the cameras up there too,
Yeah.
which you look terrible in.
Yeah, the
Oh,
overshot.
my
Yeah,
Lord.
the only
I'm
time an
just like-
overshot is good is if I'm putting something together as a tutorial.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
on my
It just
hands.
that I looked up one day and I was like, damn, like what is that? But speaking of
Was that where you're buying your A1 thick and hardy pants?
yeah, but like we were talking about tip culture last episode, it's like, well, I ain't getting extra paid to check out my own groceries. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So it's like now I'm doing all the work and
Yeah, well, and so then it extends a little bit further because then they have the person at the door ready
Checking
to check
your
your
receipt.
receipt. Like, get involved in my purchases, and you'll
And you
know
won't
if I
have this
paid for
problem.
them or not. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
like,
And
it's
there was
after
a
the fact check.
and yeah, and there was a big uproar on social media about that. I'm not stopping. And then people are like, "You legally don't have to stop." I'm like, "What does it take out of your
What
day?"
does it take?
I mean,
And now if you do go,
this
I
person's
use-
making $5 an hour. Just show
make
me a
more than
receipt.
Don't make their life
$5.
miserable.
They don't care.
But like the receipt comes in my phone now,
Mhm.
because you use the Walmart app or whatever. And so, and I forget, and then you go to walk out and I'm like, hold on. And then I got to pull up my app and pull up the thing. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
literally,
frustrating.
you see it's a case of water, whatever it is,
yeah.
it's my A1 sauce. So let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't like that, I'm over here. And if something interrupts the process, that gets me even more frustrated because then I got to go find the one person you assigned to this area. The red
Oh,
lights
same.
on.
Yes.
Sharpies.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had to wait around because I was buying a dang Sharpie.
Yeah.
Be carded for it.
Yeah,
I was like,
spray
look
paint,
at
yeah.
Target, look at this video.
White
Damn,
out.
you see. You see I'm over 18 or whatever it's
Yeah,
supposed to be.
If you've got those high speed cameras, can't you check the wrinkles on my face?
Yeah,
to
look
see,
at my
like,
crow's feet.
let them go. Or let them go. They probably should be huffing paint.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but then you see these other things on the social media news or whatever, where these people walk out with like 5 TVs and
Oh,
stolen,
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
but you're checking my cart for the bleach and water I
I
got.
stopped that shoplifting at Lowe's at one time because they didn't care. I saw this person clearly walking out with a whole flatbed cart worth of, $1,000 worth of stuff. And the lady was following behind her asking her to stop, but she wasn't. So I got involved. I'm not going to let raising prices at my Lowe's with stealing
Right.
stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like self-checkout. I like to do my own thing. I don't have to wait on anybody. I don't have to talk to anybody. I don't have to do anything
Mm-hmm.
if it's working the correct way.
Yes,
and I don't
that's
have
it.
a crap ton of stuff because there's no
Right.
conveyor belt.
Yeah.
So you're like just digging back and forth. So I think it's good in some circumstances. I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
It depends. Like you said, if I only have like a handful of things, then totally fine. I'm down for self-checkout because it gets me out of there faster. I just want to get out of the store at that point because too many people. But if I have an entire cart full, which hasn't happened in years because I do get my groceries delivered, but if the odd chance that I do, I just want to put them on the belt. I don't want to bag them. I don't want to scan them.
And I'll definitely tell you, I don't know. I ain't trying to weigh no bananas. I don't know
No.
those codes
No.
because, they're fast with those codes. Because they, scan
They do that.
groceries all
Yeah.
day. But I'm like,
10 key,
I
yeah.
don't know what this organic apple is, 95157.
yeah, no, I don't
I'm
want
not
to do
looking
all
for
that.
Honeycrisp. I'm looking for the first thing that looks like an apple.
And I don't want to
Yeah.
wait for somebody to come and scan their little badge and be like, okay, she's over 21. You can give her wine. Just
Are you buying wine?
no. No, never.
I don't
never
wanna,
drink wine.
And I don't want to be there whispering to a machine like, sorry, when I screw something up. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, just.
Or when it tells you that
the
you didn't
bag
put
it.
it in your bag.
Yeah.
That is so aggravating.
And I'm like, it's right there.
You could see it in the. Look at it.
I'm sorry that it's a card and it doesn't weigh more than
Yes.
anything, but it's in the bag.
That is aggravating.
Put your stuff in the bagging area.
I think it's better now. Like when it originally started, it was terrible.
So bad.
Like it would beep at you 100 times. But I mean, I guess I'm a dink. I like it.
Yeah, it's convenient, but like you said, I got to put some caveats on it. When it's working the way it should, when I don't have to get on a first name basis with the wait for help guy,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know, or I don't have to argue over my yogurt coupon. Yeah,
You're not bringing no yogurt coupons.
sometimes I do. I'll surprise the thing. I sneak up on it. I come from the side.
Oh my gosh.
No. Yeah, it's a dink for me. It's convenient when it's
Like it.
working right.
Yeah, I guess it's a middle of the road.
Oh, side thumb.
Yeah.
Side thumb.
Sidewinder.
Yeah.
I can't dink it fully and I can't destroy it fully. I also heard like some companies that are charging more to use the self checkout and call it like a convenience.
No,
and I'm like, no,
you got
no,
rid of you got
I'm
rid
doing
of your
the work.
You got rid of your employee. Don't bring more money into this thing. You did it to save money. Where I do find a lot of value in it is at fast food places. I don't want to interact with anybody at the counter.
Oh, yeah, like at McDonald's.
Because you're going to get my order wrong. You
At
know?
McDonald's, you type it in on the big iPad.
Yep, yeah. I find
Really?
a lot of value.
It's not a
in
big
that.
iPad.
It's just a touch screen.
It's a screen.
Geez, today with you, huh? The terms you're just coming up with.
Loving it.
Oh, there you go. I'm loving it. All right, tell us what you think. Do you enjoy the self-checkout? Do you enjoy the cashier? A combo of both? Do you want your cashier to self-check you out? I don't know. Go to 5 and Below if you want that. Let us know. bdepodcast.com.
News you can use.
More like news you better use. This segment sponsored by How Not to Suck at Pickleball or in Life Journal. Level up your game on and off the court with a How Not to Suck at Pickleball or in Life Journal. A savage little playbook for tracking wins, mindset, and momentum. Available now on Amazon because self-awareness is the real secret weapon. It's a great book.
It is.
It
a great
really
book.
is.
It's awesome. It's
Love it.
fantastic.
The author's pretty awesome too.
The delicious dish.
Yes, the delicious dish. So here's some news you could use. I just learned about this, and it may be out for a while, and I'm just slow to the
Life.
whatever, the life.
That's
But
my everyday.
have you heard of Summerween?
Nope.
Oh, good. So Summerween.
Is my zipper down?
Stop.
Well, when I learned about it, I first thought she said, when the lady was telling me, have you heard of this? I thought she said Summer's Eve, and we were going to get into a whole discussion.
Oh, okay.
And I was
that's
thinking,
something
why are
completely
we
different.
talking about this?
Yeah.
But anyways, it's not. It's
a
called
light, airy
Summerween.
scent.
Okay.
And so I had to look it up. But it's like a playful mashup between Halloween and summer. And so it originally started with the cartoon Gravity Falls. They had it
I
in
love
Gravity Falls, but then now everybody, like real world tractions, it's like becoming major. Like Walmart even rolled out summer frights in like 1,000 of their stores. So basically, it's like, you take like a pineapple or a watermelon and cut it into like a jack-o'-lantern. They have like skeletons floating on the pools. Like you make everything summer and Halloween, kind of like Christmas in July.
So
That's what I was thinking.
it
I'm
might
like,
be
no,
great
you're
for
taking
summer.
Christmas. from
Yeah,
July.
so I'm thinking great for capitalism, 100%.
Jack
But-
Skellington in a bikini.
Yeah, but I love Halloween, so I'm all about doing it twice. Like I think this is a cute party idea. You can, do a little bit of dress up and then more candy, of course, but just cute little things that you could do, I thought it was pretty cool. Never heard of it.
Never
but
heard of it.
apparently it's becoming big.
Summerween.
Brands are treating Summerween as a potential fifth candy holiday, targeting Gen Z millennials
There it
with
is.
early
Mhm.
candy
There it
launches
is.
and spooky goods in June and July.
So Big Sugar is behind this.
Retailers note 66% of consumers start Halloween shopping June through August.
What?
So not me. If I buy Reese's now, they are not staying till
They're not
Halloween.
staying till Halloween.
That's why I would participate in
Yeah.
Summerween,
Summerween.
is so I could get Reese's early.
The Summerween ain't blowing in.
Oh my gosh.
Interesting, right?
across
It is
the
interesting.
sea.
I don't know
I mean,
how
if you
I
wanna
feel
have a-
about it.
You want to have
though.
a pool party and do
This is
dress
all
up and
no,
stuff?
this is kind of like all the holidays that Hallmark developed, like Valentine's Day, dumbest holiday ever. This Summerween is developed by Big Sugar. I see you, Big Sugar. I see what you're doing out
yeah,
there.
but I like Halloween.
Yeah.
I like Halloween too, but I feel like it has a time and a place, like just like all of the other holidays. So, June is real summery.
Guess I'm not going to see a jack-o'-melon at your house.
No, you
Jack-o'-melon.
won't. You know, June is when you
Jack-o'-melon.
bring out the pineapples and the summer decorations, and then July is all red, white, and blue. You know, I
Yeah,
don't.
but I mean, you could do campfires and s'mores and scary stories and
Okay, that-
Excuse me.
horror
When
movie
you pulled up at
nights.
the house today, were you thinking, let's do a campfire?
Well, it's 100 and something here in
Yeah.
Texas, but you know what I'm saying? I like it. Halloween or Summerween
No,
A1.
it sounds like a
Go
crime.
for it.
Sounds like a crime. I'm pulling someone over. I'm like, oh, sir, you have your Summerween out. You got to come with me.
Too far.
Go get your Summerween on and send us some pictures of your Summerween.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it for this episode. Unless you've got something to say, think we got it wrong, have a better take, we want to hear it. Find us at bdepodcast.com or at BDE Podcast on the socials. Drop us a message. We might just feature you in the next episode. If you had a good time, well, samesies. If not, maybe try again. We grow on people. So you know the deal. Follow the show, tell a friend, and leave us a review. Or just pretend this never happened. Until next time, keep the dink soft and the energy big.